This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check you have the tickets in your wallet first before you drive 2 hours to the big game. Seriously, you had one job. Now the closest you'll get to the 50-yard line is parking lot D. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, it's Austin James. Yes, I'm living with diabetes, but it doesn't have to define me. Thanks to the Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor, I get real-time glucose readings throughout the day. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor is small and easy to wear, giving me the freedom to focus on my life as a parent and a musician. Now this is progress. You can get a free sensor at freestylelibre.us.
Offer available for people who qualify. Visit myfreestyle.us to see all terms and conditions. Certain exclusions apply. Data on file. Abbott Diabetes Care. For prescription only. Safety info found at freestylelibre.us.
This episode is brought to you by Atlassian. Atlassian makes the team collaboration software that powers enterprise businesses around the world, including over 80% of the Fortune 500. With Atlassian's AI-powered software like Jira, Confluence, and Loom, you'll have more time to do the work that matters. In fact, Atlassian customers experience a 25% reduction in project duration per year. Unleash the potential of your team at Atlassian.com. Atlassian.
Hello, I'm your host, Les Bubka. Welcome to Anxious Black Belt, a podcast that focuses on karate, mental health, and everything in between. If you enjoy our content and would like to support us, best way to do that is to listen to another episode, share it with your friends, and leave us a review. All this stuff helps the mysterious algorithm to introduce our podcast to new audience. Thank you for joining me, and let's listen to the episode. Hi guys, so this episode is on request of Michiel Commander, my friend, who is interested in how I came up with teaching elderly, my Taiso program, and what was the development and how did I get into the working with our local government. So I started by accident, as kind of most of the things in life happens. I used to work in marquee business, being a foreman there, putting up tents for people for living. It's not very family friendly experience. People ring you Friday at night, off you go for weekend. I also been doing a kind of event support in the same company. So if something go wrong, you've been called out and go and fix it. Spend all night. So weekends are awfully busy. Summer, forget about the holidays. But the benefits of that job was that I was working only 3 days a week during the winter. But we decided to have a family, so the decision was made that my wife's got a better job than I had at the time, and it would be easier for me to quit it and stay with kids at home than spend all the money on childcare and basically don't see kids. So I dropped that job. I went into personal training, done my qualifications, and as starting up without any clients and so on, I had lots of time on my hands. So I signed up into a Walking for Health group. I become a walk leader, and we had about up to 60 people, seniors, going around walking for health, doing some activities, staying for coffee, having a chat, and so on. And for one of those conversations, somebody asked me, "What do you do?" I said, "I do karate," and so on. I'm teaching it, and a group of them said that we just stopped doing Tai Chi because it become very expensive. So the person who was teaching around here put the prices from £5 to £15 per session, and they will not afford to do it. So in a conversation, they asked me if I would be able to do something like that with karate because Asian martial arts must be the same. But I thought, well, why not? I have nothing to do. Let's try. So we set up our first class, and happy to say that it was 12 years ago, and maybe 12 years, 10 years ago. I'm not sure what time was it, but we started, and most of those people actually are still with me, still training, still doing the forms. So that was the beginning. We we started, and it slowly started growing, and then uh, we been asked for a demonstration for a event in Guildford, next to our local Tesco. There was a fair, and they've been looking for stalls, and the whole booking secretary said that, maybe you should do that, might bring more people. So we done that, done a little demo there. Few people looked, but nobody joined in from that. But it resulted in me meeting a community well-being team under leadership of Tracy James and a few other really lovely people. And if you would like to um, listen to my conversation with Tracy, have a look on previous episodes because she explains the way to get grants from your local communities, local government. So if you're interested in that side of things, have a look, and there's lots of valuable information for you there. But we become friends, or not friends, but accustomed. And she started forwarding to me a information about more fairs, more opportunities, and so on. And then introduced me to a funding from the local government here in Guildford. So we reached out. We got some money for a project. It was actually a karate project. But from that kind of connection, I had access to loads of different people and organization, because the what community well-being team does, it's connecting that community. So, for example, I need to find somebody who hire holes. I'm gonna send a message to community team. They're gonna reply to me, well, hey, this is the organization. Recently, we've been setting up the CIC and been needing information about how to do it. Community well-being team connected me with the right people who can help me, and from that relationship we started talking about different projects. So currently I'm running 3 projects. So one is completely independent mine, which is Taiso. So we've got about 20 people on that one. Then I've got the 2 projects within the um, community center. So with the community well-being team and Surrey Sports Park, we've got the Hive group where I'm coming in every week on different day to target all the clients who are coming through the week, because they've got the different days. And we're doing a chair Taiso, so that's people with heavily uh, disabilities, like dementia, maybe mobility issues, old age, so they cannot have a standing up normal kind of karate session. We do it on the chairs with use of kata and bands and so on. So they've got some relief, and this is very well um, taken by them. They actually like it very much. It gives them something to do, give them relaxation. Some fell asleep, some not, but it's very welcome. And we had a break, a couple of months break there because of the funding. And every time I was there, I was asking, when you're gonna come back, when you're gonna come back, when you come back. And the other project we're just starting is gonna be in one of the churches. Somebody left the group, so I've been recommended to take over and do some exercises with them, and we're gonna do it Taiso as well. But the key to developing Taiso was just turning up, starting it, find that few people who are interested, and be patient. It took me quite a long time to develop it where it is, and um, now I do consultations. People come to me and asking how to set it up, and I help and throwing ideas through me. So if you would like to kind of investigate the expansion of your club into the senior um, groups within your community, you can book me and we can have a chat about it and guide you through how you can add that and build it on your existing club. But it's a lot of legwork, and frustration times and thinking about giving up because it goes ups and downs. You have lots of no's and lots of people try to copy your stuff. I have two groups within the community now that doing a plus 60 exercise programs after seeing my stuff. um, and they're quite successful as well. So this is good because we can help more people. But it is, as a human, you getting a bit frustrated with those things. But like for you, Michael, I think that you got a very good foundation. You already started. You've got some people. You've got your community on board. What we talked about, what I understand about your project. So it's just putting it out there, have it few. We had a display a couple of weeks ago and zero people, nobody turned up. So I took that opportunity and chatted with all the stalls holders, which one of them was Sorry Sports Park, and then we're gonna have another project with them. And when you get connected with that kind of community system and get yourself into a council or government radar, they start recommending you. So I had a three occasions when the Guildford Council actually recommended me for the project to somebody, which is great. Unfortunately, the project wasn't for me, suitable for me, but it's nice to be recommended and being able to do work and help if you can. So hard work, putting that effort, don't giving up, showing your face, and most of the success is behind the scenes, people going around and just having a good time. It's lots of my students have been recovering from injuries or post operations and stuff like that, and in few cases been said that, oh, your shoulder never gonna have a full mobility, and after a few years of doing the kata, their mobility returned. Most of my elderly can do full squat, because we do that through the motions, and our kata have been modified and adapted by me towards safety and avoiding the aggravating the injuries that they've got. So we might do a little bit of a squat in Naihanshi. We might be doing a bit more round movements. We're not doing the sanchin so much. We're just having a flat feet, and pointing forward. So trying to take out the injury prone positions for that age group. And just they're having creating that community uh, helped a lot as well, because we're not doing only the exercise part of it, but we're sitting down and having a chat and having a cup of tea or coffee, some biscuits sometimes. People are really drawn to that they can stay together and chat and build that community more. So in UK, you've got every 6 weeks break in school for a week, and most of the clubs classes close at that time as well. So, for example, for elderly, when the family is going away for a holiday, elderly being left behind, there's nothing to do. So we're going through the half terms, the holidays, the summer break, which gives them something to look forward. They are not left alone and not being abounded by family. They can come to the class. They know we'll be there. They know their friends gonna be there. And then one of the great examples is that people have been coming as independent units, and now they created the community. So now instead of being that alone person, they are in a group, and that results with them going for like independent trips. So they're going to the coach trip there, Christmas market, gardening club, and so on. So they become a family unit, and they going to doing things together instead of being lonely at home. And one of the purposes of this program is to prevent the loneliness and depression in elderly. So they know that once a week they can get out from their home and they can chat and they do some exercise and they have a cup of tea and somebody's going to listen to them. They can talk to other people because we are a social creatures. So that social circles for us is very, very important. And I hear from conversation that they meet up during the week as well and going for shopping or coffee or something like that. So it's nice to see that some very lonely people came to the club and now they've got a circle of friends that can keep them up, keep them chatting, keep them happy and have some purpose instead of just sitting at home and doing nothing. So I'm not sure if that's Michiel answering your question. If you've got a more in-depth question, obviously, drop me a message and we can have a chat. But yeah, so from the personal training to Taiso teacher and community worker, I suppose. It's hard work, not giving up, showing up, and doing a decent class where people can enjoy and join in. That gives you a success. And we'll see. I'm trying now to add advertising, but we see how that's going to work. So far, I haven't done any advertising for this except some old leaflets. Everything is through the connections and word of mouth. So I'm hoping that it's gonna keep growing. We're gonna expand. I've got few schools around the UK who are talking to me with potentially opening their own versions of it. So I'm more than happy to help and guide. We had a few demos for the schools, which people see value of it, and then they're gonna be trying to expand their operations because there is not much stuff for people over 60, 70. Overall, if you compare to all the activities that are for children and young people and adults. So I think that's it from me. I'm starting to rumble around in the circles. So if you have any more specific questions, just drop me a message and we can have a chat. And thank you for listening. Well done for listening to all of it. You are a superhero. Thank you very much for your support. And if you could leave us that review on a podcast platform, that would be amazing. I appreciate your time, appreciate your support, and I wish you all the best until the next one.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.